You're looking live at the Chaska Community Center for Bantam B1 hockey in District 6, featuring the home Stormhawks. Chaska Chanhassen gold, wearing their home gold jerseys with purple trim. Taking on the visitors from Eden Prairie, the Eagles, wearing their road black and red jerseys. This is a District 6 matchup. Chaska Chanhassen currently 6th in the district with a 2-3-1 record. Eden Prairie 8th in D6 with a 1-1-2 record. So two teams fighting to get into that top group of District 6 play. Chaska Chanhassen on a 5-game winless streak. They are 0-3-2 in their last 5, and on Thursday night they're coming off a 3-0 loss to Prairie Lake. And tomorrow Chaska Chan plays the number 1 team in D6 and the number 1 team in the state, according to Youth Hockey Hub, Edina White, tomorrow afternoon. Tonight's game features the return of number 19 in gold, Dylan Olson, coming back from an upper body injury. Chaska Chan will be 1 player still short of a full roster. Matthew Tyler will be out for maybe another month or so. That's just a guess. This Eden Prairie team, though they are below the Stormhawks in the standings, they've had some decent results. They did tie that Prairie Lake team that Chaska Chan just lost to the other night. They lost to a Wayzata White team, 5-0, that Chaska Chanhassen had defeated, or had lost to 3-2. And they lost 7-2 to Minnetonka. And the Stormhawks have tied and lost to that Skipper squad so far this season. See who's starting for the Stormhawks. Obviously, it'd be Nathan Brannon, net. Looks like it'll be the Azanoff, Perry, and Weisenen forward line. And then Lindell playing back at defense with Lund. And, of course, Nathan Brannon, net. 15 minutes on the clock, and we are underway. Azanoff with a puck. We'll take it up the right side, across the red line, off the wall. So the lines are a little different than what I'm used to. We'll have to see how they shake out here in this game. There's a shot blocked by Lund. And Perry fights for it. Goes in with Weisenen. His backhand pass goes over the stick of Weisenen. Weisenen leaves it for Azanoff. Azanoff in the corner. Dropped the puck. I think he tried to feed it up the wall, and that's intercepted by Eden Prairie. Dump in by the Eagles as some of their players go for a change. Lund pushes it ahead to Perry, and Perry flips it up, but not out. Then knocks it out. It's Weisenen. Weisenen one-on-one down the right side. Lost control. Now he looks at what his options are. He's just going to dump it in deep and go for a change. Olsen, first action back. Here's a turnover to Bigglebach. Shot into the glove of the Eden Prairie netminder. And our late arriving statistician is coming up here shortly, so we'll have some stats. Have to tell him there's 1 shot on net so far. Face-off won by Eden Prairie. And they break out. Fight for it along in the neutral zone. Hokkanen gets it ahead, and it's in the Eagle zone. They go D to D. And 1 pass and they're out. And then a pass to go on the attack. Long shot misses the net. Up to the point. Ooh, and that shot through some traffic. Good save by Brandt. Gets a toe on it. That was labeled for the far post. Intercepted at neutral ice. It's Spalding. He's got to wait for Olsen to clear. Olsen does and tried to dump it in. I think he dumped it right against the ref. Now he regains control. Olsen, long shot, and saved by the Eagles netminder. That's the 2nd shot of the game for Chaska Chanhassen. Kurt, Ramaka, and Palmquist. This line gets put back together. They haven't played together in a couple games. Here's Kurt, tried to feed it in front to Ramaka, now trying to protect the puck. He's pushed off of it, and Eden Prairie will dump it down, all the way down, and icing should be the call, and it is.
Those stats are very official.
30 miles an hour. 30 miles an hour. All the way from 35 to...
Here's Palmquist creating a turnover behind the net, looking at his options. We'll feed a saucer pass up to Lund. Lund blew a tire, and nothing's going to come of it for the Eagles other than a clearing pass all the way down. Palmquist will dump it for Johnson. Johnson will go up with Kurt and Ramaka. Leaves it for Kurt. He'll flip it in and go on the forecheck. Kurt throws a check. Now a loose puck to Palmquist. He tried to get it in deep. Kind of fanned on it a little bit. Kurt will get it along the wall, but that's cut off by the Eden Prairie defender. Long pass will be tipped in. On paper, this game is the most winnable of the weekend for the Stormhawks. Eden Prairie results are similar to Chaska Chanhassen's. Tomorrow's game against Edina White promises to be a tough one, but you never know. Eden Prairie breaking out. Across the red line, now into the Stormhawk zone, but tipped off the stick by Lindell. He pushes to Azanoff. Azanoff tried to give it to Wisenen, and that's cut off. And now it's dumped into the far side. And kind of a slow defensive reaction there by a couple of Stormhawks. Eventually it's pushed out. It's Azanoff, overskates the puck. And that allows Eden Prairie to get in. Nice play by Lindell. And nice pass. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Wisenen across to Perry. Perry just is coasting into the zone there. Here's Azanoff creating a turnover and then turning it over himself. And now Eden Prairie in, kicked away by Girding. Loose puck comes to Wisenen. Wisenen up the left side. He will dump it all the way down. They'll wave icing. And they'll go for a change. Pass off the skate of Hokkanen, but to an Eden Prairie player who gets it in deep. Dumped in front and just tipped off the tip of the stick by Eden Prairie. Never got on net. Comes out to the point, slap shot, blocked by Olsen up high, goes to the near corner. Now reverse to the far corner, thrown in front, and a one-time opportunity turned away by the Stormhawk defenseman. Olsen overskates, but then regains, tries to cut to the middle, loses control. And it'll be Spalding down low. Gives to Olsen, loses it in his skates. Back to Spalding. Spalding hit hard against the wall. No call coming there. And unlike last night, where if somebody fell down, there was a penalty being called. So far, that's not the case. 10:05 left to go in the opening period. We are at scoreless so far. It's a shot blocked by an Eden Prairie player. Toe drag in, shot from a sharp angle, turned away by Brandt. I think that might be the first shot of the game for the Eagles. Olsen, at the end of a long shift, will dump it in, go for a change, and the Kurt line comes out. Kurt creates a turnover, feeds it down deep. It'll be Palmquist to chase in the corner. Palmquist picks up the puck, leaves for Ramaka. Palmquist in, shoots, saves, shoulder save. Great chance for the Stormhawks. That was the first scoring chance of the game for either team. Of course, our statistician didn't put it down that way. There's a dangerous pinch by Lindell, creating a potential 2-on-1 for Eden Prairie. Pass across, doesn't connect. And then a slap shot, bouncing rebound comes out into the slot. Johnson laying on it, sprawling Brandt. And Eden Prairie with a puck, backhand shot, just misses the far post. And Lindell will get it up the wall and cut off by an Eden Prairie player, but he just slowed it down for Ramaka to go in with Kurt. Ramaka, toe drag, his shot is blocked. Did you get the scoring chance there? There's a shot partially deflected, goes on net to Brandt, and we get a whistle. Oh, no whistle. Slow whistle there by the Stormhawks. He dumped it for a teammate. Turned over in the zone. Really slow whistle there by the official. Here's Bigglebach now behind his own net. He'll reverse. Ramaka will flip it out. Bouncing puck. 2-on-1 chance with Perry. Perry hit from behind, and not much he can do there. Now through the neutral zone. Bigglebach will chase, get a stick on it. It looked like he was just going to wait for Eden Prairie to get on it. Instead, he was the first on the puck. Now it's tipped back to Bigglebach, up to Azanoff. Azanoff gives to Wiseman. Wiseman through the middle. He's pushed off the puck, but gets it into the Eden Prairie zone. Long clearing attempt. Shouldn't have been icing as it went off of Azanoff in the Eagle zone, but we'll take it. 7:48 to go in the opening period. We're scoreless. Shots on the scoreboard are 3-3.
Go, CC!
It'll be Spalding take the face-off. He wins it to, there's a shot tipped in front by Olsen, whacking away at it. No whistle, slow whistle. Finally it comes, and Spalding and Olsen pushed away after I think Olsen was run over. Maybe Spalding was run over. And we'll do it again at the circle to the goaltender's left. Spalding kind of tied up. And Eden Prairie will come out with it. Drop pass. The toe drag move doesn't connect, and a nice check there by Spalding slows up that rush. But then the loose puck is just pushed on net. That was dangerous there. Yeah. .7:25 to go. Face-off won by Chaska Chanhassen, but then immediately turned over to Eden Prairie. Hokkanen reaching for the puck. He's got this defenseman beat. If he goes in, he does. Across to Olsen, and it's off a skate before it got to Olsen's stick. And then a puck rummed around and then thrown out, intercepted by Lund. Lund fighting through a check, gives it to Olsen. Olsen dumps it in and goes for a change. Hokkanen, the lone forechecker, will be first on the puck. Keeps it in deep. Didn't really have anything else to do there, so good play there. Pass up the wall. It's going to be intercepted by Lindell right in front of us. He gives to Ramaka. Ramaka across for Palmquist. Has to turn around. Palmquist down to Kurt off of his stick. Now it's going to be pushed around the wall. Lindell pinching. Keeps it in. Pushes to the far side. It'll be Kurt. Pushed hard into the wall, and there's a loose puck sitting there. Stopped by a Eden Prairie player and thrown all the way down, and we'll miss the net. We'll have icing and a face-off back in the Eagle zone. 6:25 to play in the opening period. Still scoreless. Chaska Chanhassen looking for their first win in 6 games. They're 0-3-2 in their last 5. And they've all been relatively close, even though they lost 3-0 the other night. It's a loose puck in the slot. Turnaround shot by Palmquist. That's a save. So even though they lost 3-0, it felt like a 1-0 game, and the officials I'm going to give them credit for 2 of the goals. Here's Kurt in his own zone. He's going to throw it off the wall. Intercepted by Eden Prairie, who will dump it back in and go on the forecheck. Bigglebach go D to D. No, he gives to Palmquist. Palmquist try to push it up the wall. Now it's dumped up to the point. Long shot, misses the net. And a slow reaction to that puck. Ramaka leaves for Bigglebach. It's a pass through the middle that eventually comes to Kurt. Kurt will dump it in on net and go for a change. Goaltender leaves it there and allows Eden Prairie to go back on the attack. Tipped in, and they're going to go for a change. Lund in his own zone. Up the wall. Perry just gets a stick on it and it comes to Eden Prairie. We'll dump it back in. Say most of the puck possession so far coming for the Stormhawks. But otherwise a relatively even game to this point. Now in the corner behind the net, it's Wiseman. Wiseman looking at his options. There's not much, so he's tried to flip it out. Couldn't get much on it. Comes to Azanoff. Azanoff has to hurry. Instead, it's turned over. kick save, rebound comes out to the circle, and Eden Prairie couldn't get on it. He was on his offhand, so he couldn't get a shot off. Perry will dump it in on net and force the goaltender get a glove on it. The only thing I would change there, if what he did was don't fly by that goalie, stop on that puck. It's one thing you'll hear coaches say a lot is stop on pucks, don't fly by. Spalding wins the draw back to Girding. Girding down the wall to Hokkanen. He reaches for it, can't get control. Push up the wall, bothered by Spalding in front of the Eden Prairie bench. Clearing attempt, knocked down once by Spalding, then thrown all the way down. Should be icing, and it is. With 4.5 minutes to play in the opening period. Still 0-0. And the Eden Prairie, presumably head coach, dressed up for tonight's game, wearing a shirt and tie and a sweater vest, like he just came from work on a Saturday night. Or maybe going to dinner after this, or maybe he just dresses up for hockey games. Face-off won again by Spalding. Girding tried to get it down deep, and that's turned away by the Eagles. They go on the attack. Not the fastest skater there. He couldn't get by the defenseman and puts a weak shot on, and Spalding now will pick up the loose puck. Skated up himself, up the left side. Try to cut to the middle. He's squeezed off of it. Now it comes to Olsen. Olsen will dump it through his legs to himself. Up to Spalding. Great chance there. Olsen created space by... Now it's a chance again, and Spalding just missed the far post. Here's Lindell. Lindell pushed into the wall. You got to be careful not to get too many players deep, as Lindell had pinched. Eden Prairie with an outlet pass. They'll dump it back to their defenseman. They'll gain the red, gain the blue, flip it in on Brandt. Kind of mishandled it, but it comes right to Lindell and whacked off his stick. Now Johnson to Olsen, and he's bothered before he can get it out. Flipped off the wall all the way down, and there will be an icing call. With 3.5 minutes to play. Still 0-0. Kurt to take the draw. That one won by Kurt. Back to Johnson, I believe. Then gets it out of the wall and dumped in offsides. And they'll throw it all the way down, saying that was intentional. Kurt wins this draw to Ramaka as his stick lifted as he tries to field it and lost his stick. And now Eden Prairie on the attack, 3-on-2 rush. And they feigned on a pass, and there went that 3-on-2 rush. Dangerous chance, loose puck to the left circle. Shot, score over the shoulder of Brandt. Two Stormhawks went to the puck, unfortunately, allowed Eden Prairie to go in alone on the right side. And a shot from the right circle, or left circle, beats Brandt high over his blocker side, and it's 1-0 Eden Prairie with 3:05 to go in the opening period. Kurt wins that faceoff, comes to Palmquist. Palmquist into the zone. Palmquist cuts to the middle, still with it on his backhand. His shot misses the net, looking for a tip in front perhaps. Now let's push up the wall. Bigglebach will pinch and can't hold. 2-on-1. Pass across. Nice back check by Palmquist. Palmquist, not the fastest player on the ice. Here's a loose puck in front. Saved by Brandt. But a good effort by Palmquist to get back and disrupt that 2-on-1 pass. Now Ramaka in. Ramaka tried a little bit of a toe drag to get around. That's turned away. Now they push around behind the net. Here Kurt comes out with it. He's pushed into the corner, looking for help from Ramaka. And you might not have seen it because my camera work is bad. And breakout pass into the skates, intercepted by Ramaka. Has Palmquist alone in front. Now Kurt alone. He tips it. Kurt tips it on his backhand, regains control. Try to feed it off the goaltender. It's in the crease and dumped in by Ramaka softly on net. Good pressure there by the Stormhawks. Looking to get that equalizer late in this period. Under 2 minutes to play, 1:59 to go in the opening period. Eden Prairie leads 1-0. Lindell will hold the line. Tipped in front. Comes to Perry. Unfortunately, Perry was on his offhand there. He's a right-hand shot. If he was a lefty, he might have got a really good scoring opportunity. There's a turnover by Lindell right to an Eden Prairie player. And the shot misses the net, goes into the far side. Wiseman, nice play. Create a turnover, pick up the puck himself, gets it in the zone. Doesn't know where it is. It was kind of in his feet. And Perry overskates, kind of hopped his stick. Now regains control at the red line. Try to feed it ahead to Azanoff. That's turned away. Now Eden Prairie on the attack, 2-on-2. Pass to the slot. Now Azanoff. That was tipped away by Lindell, I believe. Dumped in by Perry. And his line mates will go for a change. Perry's sticking with it and helping to slow up that rush. Now a good attack there by Olsen. Dumps it in. Olsen tried to get it through the skates of the defender. Comes to Spalding. Spalding in front to Hokkanen. Scores! Great play by all three forwards there by the Stormhawks. Olsen with the good play in the neutral zone to get it in deep. Spalding picked up the puck from Olsen down low, fed it in front. A nice, I think, backhand saucer pass to Hokkanen, who just one-timed it in the net. And it's 1-1 with 49.6 seconds to go in the opening period. That's a big momentum shifter for the Stormhawks. So I think that goal would read Hokkanen. There's a turnover, pass across. They gain control. Bigglebach, a little bit of a scramble. There's a shot saved by Brandt. Kind of fought the puck a little bit. So I think, going back to that previous goal, I think it will likely read Hokkanen from Spalding and Olsen. .34.7 to go. Face off to Brandt's right. Bigglebach trying to get it up the wall. There's a shot high, going to bounce behind the net. Eden Prairie comes out, and they scramble for it. Slow whistle, and eventually comes for Brandt. That's Hokkanen's second goal of the season. Might be his first since the Bloomington tournament. If I had to guess, that was the last. That was when he gained his first goal in, I thought, the best game he's played this season against Osseo Maple Grove White. Good to see him get on the score sheet. There's a slap shot, gloved down by Kurt with 16 seconds to go. Kurt cross to Ramaka. He's got an edge on the defender. No, he doesn't. Tried to feed it back to Kurt. That's tipped away. Now Ramaka down to Kurt. Kurt will dump it in deep for Palmquist with 5 seconds to play. That'll pretty much do it. And it comes out to neutral ice. Off the wall. There's the buzzer. And 1-1 after one. We'll have stats for you shortly. Shot pretty even there. 9-8 in favor of Eden Prairie. Scoring chances, Chaska Chanhassen 3, Eden Prairie 2. The Stormhawks with a 10-4 advantage in faceoffs 1. Pretty clean game as far as physicality is. One hit apiece. There might be a little bit more, but that's pretty much it. And one odd man rush apiece. Can you mark Hokkanen? Stormhawks in action tomorrow. I think it's 5:45 or something against Edina White, the number 1 team in the state. And then, as it stands right now, it'll be 2 straight games against Edina White. Chaska Chanhassen will be next in action after tomorrow's game at the Edina Tradition Invitational on December 27th. On the 27th, they play Edina White. The 28th, they play Osseo Maple Grove Black. And the 29th, they play St. Louis Park. And then they either play on the 29th or 30th, depending on how they do. All 3 of those first games, those pool play games, are at 11:40 a.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the week after Christmas. So apparently I'm taking off of work, or I'm spending my lunch hour at Braemar Arena. Kurt to take the draw. He'll win it back to Lund. to Ramaka. Ramaka will flip it in, and Kurt will chase. Be the first on the puck. Kurt with it. Kurt around the circle, leaves for Girding. Girding will flip it to the slot. Loose puck to Kurt. His shot, I believe, or dump in, kind of fanned on. Now it's turned over to Kurt in the neutral zone. He'll dump it right back in. It'll be Ramaka to chase. Going hard off the wall. Intercepted by Palmquist and Kurt. Kurt, all three Stormhawks on one side of the ice. That's not a great recipe. And that allows Eden Prairie to get it out. Girding should have been offsides, and it was, as it slid in offsides. Face-off won by the Eagles. They'll throw it into the chest of Brandt, and that time the whistle came a little quicker. Wiseman to take this draw. Nice play there by the Eden Prairie center. He won that forward and picked the puck up himself, went in and got a shot right on net. Really nice play. Centers need to be aware of that now, especially if that player is, they got to know who that was that did that face-off, so don't allow him to walk around you. If you're the center, hold him up without taking interference, but hold him up. Puck up to the point, steps around Perry, and Perry's going to take a penalty. Going to be a hooking call. He got caught reaching, and Perry will go in the box for the first penalty of the game. First power play coming for the Eagles with 13:40 to go in the second period. Perry to go for a hook. Can't get caught reaching. That'll it won't pay off for you a lot if you get your stick into the midsection of another player, and that's what happened there. Got to move your feet instead of reaching with your stick. Eden Prairie with control up to the point, fluttering puck, blockered away by Brandt. That was going wide. Now behind the net, up to the top of the circle, shot off the side of the net. Oh, they try to get backdoor shot. Now it's flipped out to the point, glove down, and now dumped in deep into the corner. Nobody's going to the puck. Eventually Johnson does. He realized that was his responsibility. Same kind of thing. A lot of kind of staring at the players without the puck. Oh, it's tipped in front. I think that might have gone off of Johnson's stick, maybe. And power play goal for the Eagles. Perhaps number 6 for the Eagles got a stick on it, but hard shot along the ice and tipped in front and goes high, bar down for Eden Prairie, and it's 2-1 with 13:01 to go in the second period. Power play goal for Eden Prairie. Face-off one comes to Hokkanen, lost control. He'll regain and get it in. Off the end wall to Olsen. Olsen tried to get it in front. That's deflected. Now up the wall for Lindell. Lindell pushes along the wall, stopped by the official. Pass in front, comes on net, and we'll get a face-off. (2-1) Eden Prairie leads. 12:40 to go in the second period. Spalding take this face-off. He wins that one. Goes off the official. Knocked down by Olsen. Down for Hokkanen. And Olsen, they dig away. Olsen knocks it into the near corner. It'll be Hokkanen first on it. Push it down for Olsen, reaches for it, and then he's hoping for a pinch by Lindell. There's a tip in front, goes wide. Hokkanen in the corner. Dumps it down for Spalding. Spalding to Olsen, one-time shot. Thinks save. Now it's rimmed around the wall. It'll be Girding. He had thoughts of pinching there, but Puck just didn't get to him quickly enough, and he backs off, allowing Eden Prairie to dump it in. Now off the wall to Girding, I think. Girding off the wall to Spalding, then off the glass and out. Spalding intercepts at the red line. Has his stick lifted as he's going in. Now it's Olsen at the blue line. Olsen, shot tip, goes into the corner. Hokkanen tried to feed it in front. That's knocked down. Eden Prairie will reverse around the wall. Dangerous little move coming to the middle. Now it's intercepted by Spalding. He'll dump it in and go for a change. Could have been too many men. No, there was 5 guys on the ice. That was kind of dangerous touching of the puck there. I think that was Kurt that touched it. Now it's dumped out and all the way down, but it was touched by Bigglebox, so no icing. Johnson in his own zone. Leaves it for Bigglebox. Bigglebox for Palmquist. Slow developing, and that didn't allow the breakout to materialize. Slap shot, saved by Brandt. Loose puck goes behind. Johnson tried to get it up to Ramaka. Didn't get enough mustard on that, and now Eden Prairie on the attack. Ramaka recovers. Ramaka tried to jump around one forechecker, and the Stormhawks a little hemmed in their zone. It'll be Lund with it. Up to Palmquist, to Kurt, again behind him. It does slide out to neutralize. Now in the Eden Prairie zone, Kurt picks up the loose puck, skates down the right side as it knocked off of his stick. He's pushed into the wall, getting help from Ramaka, and then it's thrown to the far side and out. It'll be Johnson first on it. Johnson, he escapes nicely. Nice little move there by Quinn Johnson. Tried to get it across to Palmquist. It goes off a Kurt's skate instead. And Eden Prairie on the attack. Dumped in. And Bigglebox will be first on it. Bigglebox is cut off. He's going to reverse. And unfortunately, nobody there on that far side. Turned over to Eden Prairie. Now turned over to Kurt. Gets a loose puck. Try to feed it in front. Slap shot. Blocked. That was Azanoff with a hard shot. Tipped in front. Palmquist scores! Shot from the left side from, I'm not exactly sure who had that initial shot. Then it was stopped in front. Event by 2 Stormhawks, and it was Palmquist that tucks it in the open net. And it's 2-2 with 9:40 to go in the second period. Stormhawks have come from behind twice. Let's see if they can get that first lead of the game. Here's Azanoff. That was the hardest shot I've seen from Michael Azanoff this season, so good for him. I think that's what started that opportunity. Here comes Eden Prairie on the attack. Gets around John Lund. Shot, save right on. Now a rebound shot missed the net. Penalty coming against Lund as he was beat. He took a penalty. There's a shot, comes through, saved by Brandt. And they're going to be cheering for or calling for a penalty shot, but I don't think that's going to happen. Lund basically tackled the forward by almost from behind. And as penalties go, I got to say that wasn't the worst. So Eden Prairie to go on their second power play of the game. They're 1 for 1. 9:13 to go in the second period. Wisenen to take this face off. Wisenen wins it. Tried to get it out backhand. There's a shot tipped off of the glove, and it bounced behind Brandt and picked up by Lindell. Now another shot. They're looking for a tip again. Saved by Brandt. Goes behind. Lindell dumped. Lindell regains control. Tries to get around a couple. Still fighting for it at the side of the net. Lindell's battling a couple Eagles. Comes out in front. Shot save. Rebound comes to the crease. And now it's pushed into the far corner. Eden Prairie with control. Wisenen will jump on a loose puck and feed it all the way down. Some good tense moments there. Brandt making some nice saves and getting help on the rebounds. That first one was a hard slap shot off the glove of Brandt. It went high over his head, landed, I believe, just next to the post, and Lindell swept it away before it got bounced in. It'll be Olsen to take the draw. He wins this one to Girding. Girding tried to feed it high. Couldn't get enough height on it. Now he's pushed into the wall. Kicks it for Olsen. Olsen tried to get it off the wall for Spalding. That's intercepted. Didn't get enough on it. Pass in front. One-time shot saved by Brandt. Now Olsen will flip it to safety, or maybe it was Spalding. Either way, it's out. Eden Prairie, long outlet pass to the Stormhawk blue line. Girding. Loose puck in front, they score! Number 6 gets his second of the game on the power play. Shot saved by Brandt. Rebound came out in front. And number 6 tucks it in, beats, I think, Brandt 5-hole. And it's 3-2 with 8:05 to go in the second period. Eden Prairie 2 for 2 on the power play. There's Hokkanen, nice little play to get around one defenseman. Hokkanen tried to slow up. In comes Spalding, save. No, that was Olsen. Olsen battling through several checks. Now it's pushed out on the wall. Girding tried to hold the blue line. He can't. Got help with Hokkanen and Lund. Fanned on shot. Hard check thrown. And we're going to have a penalty. Oh, there should be another penalty called as Girding is dumped after that. And they're not going to call it. They're going to call boarding, which means Hokkanen's going to go for a while. He's going to go for 2 and 10 or 5 and 10. So we're going to get someone to serve the penalty for him. It looks like it'll be Aiden Girding. It is 2 minutes on the board. No, it's not going to be Girding. I think they need somebody to serve that penalty. So Eden Prairie to go on their third power play of the game. This is a boarding call against Sean Hokkanen. It'll be 2 minutes. I believe it should be 2 and 10, but we only have one player in the box. The shot from the point. Kurt left his feet. Don't ever do that. Didn't matter. Pass in front. Tip. Just missed the net. Eden Prairie at the left circle. Tried to beat Brandt over the shoulder. He was there for that one. Now they go behind the net. Back and forth. Brandt left his post. That was a difficult play to go post to post to post. And they just missed the open net. Sharp angle shot goes through the top of the crease, and it's flipped out, or is it? It gets to the blue line, but not out. Bothered by Kurt at the blue line, and he whacks it out, and will chase with Palmquist. It'll be Palmquist to chase. Well, Eden Prairie will just flip it to an open area, allowing an Eagle to skate on it. Now it's turned over. Dumped in on net. Almost leaves it for the Stormhawks. Turnaround shot by Palmquist comes to the slot, and unfortunately nobody there as there's one less Stormhawk than usual. Dumped in, it'll be Lund first on it. Under 50 to play on the power play. It's a shot from a sharp angle as deflected, comes out to the point. Slap shot, bouncing puck deflected on front. Brandt made the save, then made the second save, and the net is off. Lund was without his stick, so he couldn't do a whole lot there. Just tried to get in front of somebody. Shot from the point, tipped on net, and then the rebound came right out to an Eagle who almost tucked it in off of Brandt. 33 seconds left to go on the at least initial minor to Hokkanen. Not sure. I think he's going to come out. So there's supposed to be a guy in there's the confusion. There's supposed to be a Stormhawk in the box serving the 2-minute power play or 2-minute penalty for Sean Hokkanen, and the officials never told the Stormhawks to do that. So in 33 seconds, there's nobody to jump out of the box for the Stormhawks. We'll see who goes in the penalty box. It'll be Ramaka. So he will come out of the box either if Eden Prairie scores or when the 33 seconds are up. Still some more discussion along at the Stormhawk bench. We'll see. But it should be that Hokkanen's in for 10 minutes or 12 minutes. And Ramaka will come out in about 30 seconds should there not be a goal. There's a puck that comes on net. 28 seconds to go. on the power play. 6:07 to go in the second period. Eden Prairie leading 3-2 with 2 power play goals. There's a tip in front. Eden Prairie doing an outstanding job with tips. There's another one that goes high over the net. Shot from the side, deflected by Johnson. Prairie will rim it all the way around to the near point, and Weisenen will feed it out. 4 seconds to go on the minor, and Ramaka will jump out. Weisenen, good forecheck, tried to get it in front, and it's thrown all the way out to neutral ice. Here is Ramaka. He's got to wait for his teammates to clear the zone. Ramaka comes in, his shot fanned on. I think he's bothered by an eagle or two. And now it's dumped out all the way down. Will not be icing as a Stormhawk got a stick on it. Here's Johnson in his own zone, leaves it for Bigglebach. Bigglebach up to Perry. His breakout pass off an eagle skate. And then it comes to Johnson, who feeds it out of the zone. Almost an interception there by Ramaka, dumped in by Spalding with under 5 to play in the second period. Turnover to Spalding, shot blocker save. Rebound comes to Ramaka, he just missed the net. Turnover to Palmquist. Palmquist fights through a check, cuts to the middle. His shot, I think he may have shot it into the leg of Spalding. And now here comes Eden Prairie on the attack. Breakaway, in, save, or I'm not sure Brandt got a piece of that or if he just missed the net. High bouncing puck to the blue line, and Eden Prairie with it into their own zone. Fronted by Ramaka, but he's got a head of steam, gets around Ramaka. Tipped away by Palmquist, but Eden Prairie with control. Long shot going wide, and glove saved by Brandt. 4:10 to play in the second period. Eden Prairie leads 3-2 with 2 power play goals. Power play the difference so far. Chaska Chanhassen looking for their first, although I think they're better 5-on-5 than they are with the man advantage. Face-off won by Eden Prairie. Shot blocked by Palmquist. He fights for it. Fluttering puck at the blue line. He's still fighting for it from his knees. Now right in front of us here, Eden Prairie wins that battle and will dump it in. It'll be Lund first on it. Lund one-hands it, eventually to Olsen. That's cut away. Now Olsen with it. Olsen crosses the red line and flips it in deep. Slow developing forecheck, and that allows Eden Prairie to get out. Girding tried to get it off the wall. Now comes to Lund. Lund in the far corner. Up the wall to Olsen. Not much on that puck. And Olsen tried to get it off the wall. Still fighting for it in his skates. Flips it out. Intercepted just in the neutral zone. And Eden Prairie back on the attack. Chaska Chanhassen just battling to get the puck cleanly. Now they do. It'll be Perry. Perry with Olsen has a trailing Kurt. Power move there by Perry. Put it on softly, but not the best scoring chance, I guess. But comes Eden Prairie on the attack. Around Brandt, all the way to the top. Now the cross ice pass. Shot save looking to go high to the blocker side. Now fed in front, had Brandt looking to the wrong direction. Fed over to Azanoff. Azanoff goes in 2-on-3 with Kurt. Kurt changing though. Azanoff taken down. Oh, penalty coming against Eden Prairie. That's a bad call. They're going to say interference, but wow. We'll take it as the officials look to even it up. Interference, the call against Eden Prairie. First power play of the game coming for the Stormhawks with 2:32 left to go in the second period. Stormhawks trailing for the third time in this game. They're down 3-2. It will be Weisenen, Perry, and Azanoff. Face off one back to Bigglebach. Bigglebach flips it down to Azanoff. He'll skate along the goal line, then feed it down to Perry. Perry looking out in front, looking for a tip by Weisenen. Comes to Bigglebach, then to Azanoff. Asanoff looking, gives to Bigglebach. Up to the point, back to Asanoff. Good puck movement so far, but nothing coming of it. In front to Weisenin. His shot is blocked before it gets on. Perry, and he lost control. Knocked down at the blue line, but out. It's Girding. He lost control for a moment, regained. Then his pass hops the stick of Perry. Perry intercepts a clearing attempt. And then it eventually comes onto the stick of an Eagle who flips it out. Bigglebach in his own zone. Take it himself. Up the middle. Bigglebach into the zone. Soft shot on. Weisenin battles for it in the corner. Eden Prairie wins that battle, feeds it all the way down, and should be icing if it makes it there, and it will. It was too bad that Bigglebach had a nice effort to go coast to coast, but he didn't really, teammates didn't give him a whole lot of options there for him to do anything with it, so he just shot it on net. In defense of the forwards, they were at the end of their power play shift. They'd been out there pretty much the whole minute of that period, or of that power play. There's a soft pass from Olsen, doesn't make its way up to Johnson. That allowed Eden Prairie to get on the puck and get it down. Now Johnson, his pass picked up by Spalding. He almost got knocked off the puck by Olsen. Now a drop pass to Olsen, back to Spalding down low. Spalding, stick handling around, comes out to Palmquist, shot save. .30 seconds to go on the power play. 1:02 to go in the second period. Eden Prairie leads 3-2. Spalding take this face-off. This one won by the Eagles. They flip it high, glove down by Olsen. Olsen in the high slot on his backhand. Try to feed it in front, and it goes into the corner. Spalding up the wall to Johnson, can't handle it, and it comes to Lindell. Lindell will have to wait for all three forwards to come out. He's not getting pressured. He did lose the puck. It comes right to Olsen. Olsen threw a stick check. His shot is deflected, goes against the glass. Picked up by Spalding. To Palmquist. Palmquist gets around one. Across to Spalding. Hopped his stick, now in front. Sticked away by the goaltender. Wraparound attempt coming, and that's cut away by Olsen. And the net, I believe, is off. And that does it for the power play. Chaska has an 0 for 1. 26.7 seconds to go in the second period. Eagles lead 3-2. With Hokkanen in the box, the lines have been shuffled. This time it's Kurt, Ramaka, and Perry, which is a line that has been working together recently. Bouncing puck to Perry off of his stick. Loose puck in the slot. Comes to Kurt, gets around one. Picks up the puck along the half wall. Feeds it down to Perry. Now behind the net to Ramaka. He's dumped from behind. No call coming. Woo. If you're going to call that other one against Asanoff, or that Asanoff drew, you should probably call that one, but maybe not. That does it for the second period. 3-2 after 2. Have stats for you here shortly, as our statistician does advanced math. Shots after 2. Eden Prairie leads 26-17. The Eagles also lead in scoring chances, 7-6. Face-offs, the Stormhawks continue to lead that department, 16-9 in face-offs won. Still really no really big hits to speak of. Maybe 3-3 or 4-4. Odd man rushes 2 for the Eagles, 1 for Chaska Chanhassen, and right now the difference in the game are the power plays. Eden Prairie 2 for 3, I believe, and Chaska Chanhassen 0 for 1. So for the third straight time in this game, the Stormhawks will have to come from behind. This rally will have to come in the third period. Starting the third, it will be that Kurt, Ramaka, Perry forward line with Lund and Girding playing defense. Kurt wins that face-off cleanly, back to Girding. Pass behind Lund. Lund picks it up off the wall to Ramaka, touches it to Kurt, a little behind him, and it's fed out by Girding, but a little in the skates of Perry. Here's Perry, puck in his skates, gets it across the red line, but to Eden Prairie player. Kurt off the wall, will chase it down. Eden Prairie winning that battle, and gets 2 breakout passes, and they're on the attack. Long shot save by Brandt. Wiseman to take the draw. This one is won by the Eagles. Slap shot, misses the net. Into the far corner, comes up to the right point, kept in and dumped in. Lund reaches for it, gets it off the glass, bouncing puck to Azanoff, kind of lost control. Now Lund in the corner, pushed up the wall, Azanoff chases, shot blocked by Wiseman. He gives it to Palmquist. Palmquist across the red line, stick handling around, comes in, still with it, shot on, rebound. Doesn't come on net in the skates of Azanoff, and then Wiseman finds it, gives to Palmquist, up the wall to Bigglebach. Bigglebach down to Azanoff. He's pushed off the puck, and it's fed out by the Eagles. To Lindell, digs away right in front of our location here, comes down to Wiseman. Wiseman across to Bigglebach, off the wall to Palmquist. Palmquist lost control. Just outside the blue line, Eden Prairie tried a one-touch pass through the middle, picked up by Lindell, tried to get it up to Olsen, and that's turned away. Now it's gathered up by Olsen and cut off by the Eagles at the line, and they're going to go on the attack. Shot saved, looking to go low under the pads of Brandt. He got down quickly to cut that off. Bouncing puck, almost turned over to Ramaka. No, to Perry. Now a pass across to Olsen in his own zone. Gets across the red line, try to feed it to the middle, and that's off an Eden Prairie skate. Olsen gets it in, but just in. Then Spalding dumps it in. May have been offsides, but the official was nowhere near in position. Perry picks off a clearing attempt. Perry tried to jump around a check, still with control, protecting the puck. Perry across, bouncing puck. Perry again. Nothing happening there, though, and Eden Prairie comes up with it. On the attack. Down into the corner. Pushed around the wall. Lund will chase it down himself. Tried to get it up higher. Dumped in, kept in, and then pushed in low, or it's picked up by Johnson. Johnson tried to feed it through the middle, I think, and that's off an Eden Prairie skate. Stormhawks once again hemmed in their zone. This time it comes out. Olsen will chase. He might be the first one on it. He is fighting through a check. Olsen with it. Shoots! Oh, the goaltender stretching to make the save, and then the puck goes off the pad of the netminder into the netting behind. Good effort there by Dylan Olsen. Not showing a lot of rust in this game after being out for, I guess it was just the Prairie Lake game. He was injured in the scrimmage against the other Chaska Chanhassen team. Face-off won by Kurt to Ramaka. And then Ramaka taken down, no tripping call, and then Johnson goes in offsides. We'll have another face-off, this one in front of the Eden Prairie bench. Kurt wins that face-off, goes off an Eden Prairie player, and went off a player in the Eagle bench, so we're going to have a face-off once again. And Kurt can't go 3 for 3 in that shift, so Eden Prairie wins it. Skates down. Fights through a couple Stormhawks, comes in on net off the glove of Brandt. Now it's Kurt, touches for Johnson. Johnson takes a check, leaves for Palmquist. Palmquist tried to give it to Kurt. Palmquist kicks it to his stick, then throws it off the wall, tipped in front. Pass in front off of Brandt's stick. Turnaround shot misses the net into the corner. And Stormhawks looking a little bit like their feet are in concrete. Eventually picked up by Palmquist. Palmquist into the zone. 1-on-5, shot saved by the netminder. With 11:06 to play in the third period, Eden Prairie leading 3-2. I like the formula for success for the Eagles. Feeding their players with hard shots at the blue line and getting tips in front. That has been a recipe for success so far in this game for the Eagles. 2 of their 3 goals have come in that fashion. Good back check by Prairie. Loose puck in the slot. They shoot, I think, off the post. Chased down by Weisenen, forcing the puck to go out of the zone. Dumped back in with Prairie. Prairie tried to get it across to Lindell. Lindell chases it at the red line, but it's dumped in by the Eagles with 10.5 to go in the period. Girding up the wall to Weisenen. Weisenen threw a stick check. Now a pass across to Prairie. A little bit out of his reach, and it's dumped back down. Prairie tried to get it in, had it partially deflected. Bigglebach pushes it high in the air, then into the Eagle zone, but right to an Eagle player. Now off of Asanoff's stick and right to another Eagle player. That shot is blocked by Lund, and he's not feeling good, as I think it hit him in the knee just above his shin pad. Eagles come out front. That's turned over. Asanoff pass out to Prairie. Prairie 1-on-2. Prairie down the right side, protecting and pushed off the puck. Getting help late from Spalding. And now he's pushed into the wall. Eagles with it. Turned over to Olsen. He couldn't get a shot off. Olsen going down as his stick being held. No call coming against the Eagles. There's a shot, save, rebound, came to the side of the net. Hard check thrown behind the play by Spalding. Now a pass up to Olsen. Olsen in. Has it taken off of his stick and just sits there for the Eagles. Turned over almost to Spalding. Now to the middle. Turned over to Bigglebach, who gives it right back to Eden Prairie, and back in come the Eagles. Pass to the high slot, dangerous there. Johnson was trying to jump on that. Kurt with it. Leaves it for an Eagle, comes in front, tipped in just wide. A lot of no-look passes tonight for the Stormhawks, and they have almost resulted in goals for Eden Prairie. 8:45 to go in the period. Puck comes up to the point. Kick save by Brandt. Flipped high, not out. Kicked by an Eden Prairie player. Is going to come to Palmquist. Palmquist and Kurt. Palmquist fighting through a check. Shoots and saved by the Eden Prairie goalie. And Hokkanen comes out of the box, so he's eligible to play once again. It's 8:27 to go in the third period. Kurt wins this faceoff. Unfortunately, it hopped the stick of Romaka, and Eden Prairie able to get it out. Up to Perry. He reaches for it. Defenseman had fallen down, so if Perry's able to get around, they're on a 2-on-1 with Kurt. Here's Perry protecting. He's knocked off of it. Leaves it for Kurt. Kurt at the right circle. Shot save. Picks up his own rebound and just slid away from the puck a little bit and slams his stick into the boards in frustration. Pass now picked up by Romaka. Romaka on the attack. Romaka 1-on-2. Romaka, his shot is blocked and just sits at the top of the circle. Comes up to Lindell. That's kept in off a shin guard. And Kurt now, his shot, save into the EP on the netminder's jersey. Chaska Chanhassen pushing a little bit here with looking for that equalizer. It'll be Weisenen, Perry, and Asanoff out there now for Chaska Chanhassen. This face-off one. Oh, there's a great chance in front. Asanoff almost tips it on net. Asanoff with the puck, leaves it down for Weisenen. Weisenen in the corner, looking for help. He's pushed off the puck, and it's Eden Prairie that will pick it up and skate it out. Tipped away by Perry all the way down. It won't be icing as Perry got a stick on it, girding off the wall to Lindell in the corner. Tried to get it over to Asanoff, just out of his reach. Asanoff creates a turnover, gives to Weisenen. Weisenen down the left side, protecting, feeds it in front and couldn't get a shot off. Tried to get it around the defenseman and then tuck it in the far side, and just couldn't find the puck on the other side of the defenseman. And we're over halfway through this period. Wiseman across to Azanoff. Azanoff on the attack, 1-on-3, and just couldn't stick handle around. Like to see him get that puck deep. Instead, it's turned over. There's a shot going wide. They battle along the half wall. Long shot, looking for a tip in front. That goes wide, comes to Bigglebach. Bigglebach will skate it up from his own zone. Bigglebach across the red line. Bigglebach through the legs of a defender. Fed in front, but Spaulding was tied up. Like to see Bigglebach rewarded for that effort to take the puck up, and he just hasn't been so far. Outlet pass intercepted by Hokkanen. Hokkanen in. He tried to drag shot around, and that fanned on. And Eden Prairie on a 3-on-2 rush now. Puck comes to the high slot. Shot, save, rebound comes out. Sprawling is Brandt. Now they fight for it along the side of the net. Comes to the near side. A little slow developing breakout. Eventually Olsen gives to Spaulding, but it's off his stick. And Eden Prairie able to dump it back in. It'll be Girding on it as Stormhawks going for a change. Johnson's pass is off a skate. Regains control. Gives it up to Hokkanen. It's in his skates. Kurt will pick it up. Kurt will go 1-on-4. Around one, almost taken down. His shot looking for the far side goes wide. Comes all the way out to the neutral ice. It'll be Romaka to pick it up there. To Girding. To Hokkanen. Hokkanen will dump it in and go for a change. Now Kurt chasing. He's going to throw a check here. Nope. Up to the point. Lund tried to get up the wall. That's cut away, but it comes to Romaka. He tried to give it to Kurt. Kurt chasing now down low. Pushes his defender into the wall. Fighting through a check. Still fighting for it. In the skates. Kicking away. Comes out to Romaka. Oh, it's just stuck on the side of the net. That was pushed along the wall. And Eden Prairie gets it out. They're going to go 1-on-2 maybe. Nope, turned over. Lund knocks it down to the blue line. We'll skate in. Lund shoots high over the head of the netminder. Picks up his own rebound on the far side. Leaves it down behind for Romaka. Romaka intercepts, comes out in front. That's cut away. Gets the rebound, and that's shut off by the goalie. And a good push here in the last few minutes by Chaska Chanhassen as they look for that equalizer. It's 4:24 left to go. They trail 3-2. Like to award some good effort here. Just Chaska Chanhassen just can't find the back of the net here. It's a long pass. He's way off sides. He shoots after the whistle, and at older ages, he's going to get a hand in his face after doing that. For some reason, 14, 15-year-olds don't really think like that, but they will at 16 and up. Long stretch pass, misses everything, and we'll have an icing, and puck will come down into the Eagles zone. .409 to play in the third period. Eden Prairie leads 3-2. See if Chaska Chanhassen can conjure up some heroics here in the last 4 minutes. Here's Azanoff, shot blocker save. Got to say, I think this has been Azanoff's best game of the year from an offensive standpoint. He has made plays in the offensive zone. Here's Azanoff picking up a loose puck, flipping it in high. Intercepted by the Eagles, who flip it out. Now it comes to Perry, who will dump it back in. And slow developing forecheck probably means Eden Prairie is going to skate out with it. There's Azanoff making a nice forechecking play, though. Now it's rimmed around to Lindell. Cuts it off with his skate. Dumps it down for Perry. Perry, I don't know if that was a pass or if he just lost control, and it came out to Eden Prairie, who will skate it up. 1-on-3. Bothered by Bigglebach, and then gets help from Perry. Perry will dump it back to Bigglebach with 3:20 to go. Bigglebach across to Perry. He's pushed into the wall. It's in Perry's skates. He doesn't know it. Comes out to the blue line. Long shot going into the corner. Bigglebach on it. Feeds it up the wall. Out to the middle of the Stormhawk zone. Out of the far point. Bouncing puck to Weisenen, and he just couldn't control it as he's at the end of his shift. That was just a fatigue issue there. Eden Prairie on the attack. Shot saved by Brandt. 2:49 to go. And if the Stormhawks weren't pressing before offensively, they will now. I think you tell your defensemen that, hey, you can take chances. You can pinch more. We need to get that equalizer with 2:49 to play in this period. Stormhawks with control. Lund fights through a stick check. This is exactly what I mean. If you're a defenseman, you can take the puck up the ice. Feel free. He drops it for, can't tell. Hokkanen tried to stick handle around, and that gets turned over. Eden Prairie on the attack. Johnson fighting through it. Pass in front. That's broken up. Comes into the corner. Eden Prairie goes corner to corner. And it's going to come to Olsen. Olsen digs it off the wall. Rolling puck. Hokkanen is way off sides. And then it bounced in. And there's a Eden Prairie parent who doesn't know the rules. So he thinks it should go all the way into the Stormhawk zone when they accidentally rolled into the zone. No, it shouldn't go all the way. He's yelling all the way down like it was an intentional offsides. He was waiting for him to come onside. Instead, it was the puck just rolled in accidentally. Just Lund, and the referee there stopped Lund's rush. Kurt drops it for Lund. Now Lund to Ramaka, 2-on-2 with Palmquist. Ramaka cuts in on his backhand to Palmquist. Palmquist, wait, scores! Great patience by Holden Palmquist. Really good patience there by Palmquist, and a nice play by Ramaka to find him alone in front. And it's 3-3 with 1:52. The Stormhawks come from behind a third time. Palmquist with his second of the game, and team leading 11th of the season off a beautiful assist from Tyler Ramaka. And here come the Eagles right off the faceoff. Long shot saved by Brandt. You got to be careful of that first shift right after a goal. Teams that tend to score that goal tend to let down a touch after scoring a goal. You got to be careful not to do that. This number 12 is the center, by the way, that will try to jump around the opposing center. Here's Kurt. His pass to Ramaka misses everything, comes all the way down. They wave icing. I'm not sure why. Lindell will pinch, dump it in. Ramaka will chase down there. Ramaka tried to wait out the defender, and defender waited him out. Puck to the blue line, dump back in. Not sure. Now a loose puck at the red line, back into the Stormhawk zone. And ooh, that was very close offsides. 1:11 to play in the third period. It's 3-3. Stormhawks looking for their first victory in 6 games. Looking to stay above 500. They're 8-7-5 on the season. Bouncing puck at the blue line, kept in by Eden Prairie. Shot blocked by Bigglebach. It's a big block in a key moment. 1 minute to play. Pushed up to Azanoff. Azanoff up to Weisenen. It's a little behind him. Intercepted by the Eagles off the glass and in with 51 seconds to play. Bigglebach will rim it around for Perry. He's got time. If he just stops that, he could have skated out with it. Instead, he comes back in the zone. Now it's thrown up all the way down. Not all the way down. It'll go into the Eden Prairie zone, but icing will be waived as it won't get close to the goal line. Weisenen chasing, getting help from Azanoff, but a nice pass up the wall. Now it's intercepted by Perry, almost to Azanoff. Eden Prairie on the attack with 24 seconds to play. Down the right side, throws it to the far point. It'll be Perry to chase it down. Perry across the red line, gets around one check, tries to reach it. Now cleared all the way down to Brant with 10 seconds to play. And it looks like we are destined for our 6th tie of the season. Last ditch effort for Spalding. He's got to shoot right now, and it's too late. And we finished 3-3. It's a result that feels more like a win for the Stormhawks, I would say, and more like a loss for the Eagles. And the Stormhawks get a good applause from their fan section for battling from behind 3 times, allowing 2 power play goals. Stormhawks' winless streak moves to 6 games, but this one's a tie and not a loss. Chaska Chanhassen moves their season record to 8-7-6. You don't see that a lot. That many ties. Of course, there's no overtime unless in tournaments. And they move their District 6 record to 2-3-2. Eden Prairie moves to 1-1-3 in D6. Final stats. Eden Prairie with the 31-25 advantage in shots. Scoring chances were even at 7 apiece. Chaska Chanhassen won 25 faceoffs to Eden Prairie's 13. And Chaska Chanhassen with 3 odd man rushes to 1 for Eden Prairie. Goals for the Stormhawks. Hokkanen with his 2nd of the season, and Palmquist with his 10th and 11th season team leading 10th and 11th goals. That will do it from Chaska Community Center. Chaska Chanhassen Gold 3, Eden Prairie 3 will be in action tomorrow evening against the Dino White. Thanks for watching this game, brought to you by Edge Tech Hockey.